is not
okay, we got Liquid on defense, we got Fnatic on attack. Boaster, he looks tired. I mean, he's gonna look tired, man. He played a best of 5 yesterday, went all the way, and then has to anti after. Dude, this is nice. Yeah, let's do some TikTok wars, man. Dude, this is Yao coming in saying, can I steal a Corrode? Starts off with a nice pistol idea.
Fnatic try to recover this man disadvantage. It's doubled up from Liquid in this corner. So much damage done in a previous game by Camo, but this time we see the numbers equalize.
Yeah, after what was a bit of a worrying start, caught by a surprise, Fnatic have been able to recover. The space taken was massive, and well, man, that we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on this map.
Yeah, Yao's going to be gutted if they lose this. Be like 4v5, you had full info. It's a big kill, man, and that's Brim. It's okay. That Cash was incredible yesterday.
He broke 100 kills yesterday.
Yeah, he was so good yesterday.
Here, he just needs 2.
Oh, it's not a good plant for him.
That plan's certainly not ideal.
That kind of means they might not think he's there.
Got to get a move on now with the smoke down. Suspects a player in heaven. Great read from the Cash. Goes in to stop this.
Yeah.
Gets 2.
They just didn't think he would be here with the plant.
Sticking it in that moment. Not many players would dive in like that, but the Cash built different.
I think they're going to be gutted, man, because it's a cool idea.
It's
a good wall, though, right? Headshot angle, same time it blocks off the pathing, so they have to break it.
I'm sure Wayne would have been... He's already made a name for himself just in the last game alone. It was a space of a few rounds where he put off 2 of the greatest clutches we've ever seen. But I think we have to sort of caveat this map a little bit. This is one that, I'll be honest, I expected Liquid to ban.
You don't think starting an attack is better with this comp? Nah, you want to try to demoralize them. Like the aim is to get like 10, and then they just so demoralized.
They've completely changed their composition. Like, they've swapped the roles, they've swapped who's playing what, they put Mini Boo on an agent that we've seen.
Losing the pistol kind of means that you ain't getting 10. The goal is to break them mentally, yeah, pretty much. Backstabber with the tier 1. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for that.
I can't really see them doing any damage at all.
That wall sitting there has to be broken first. And they're actually going to go through it together, looking for the fight as 3. It's very hard to find the value here, especially when the pack is split like that. And okay, the stun might make it uncomfortable for a player or 2. Some damage comes in, but 3 men survive.
Yeah, I mean, they keep the main guns.
Yeah, a little bit more cost than maybe they would have liked, but ultimately with pistols available, it's really not the end of the world.
I suppose it's a good time to ask then, Tom, heading into this buy round. Like, obviously, you touched on this map, but with how the veto overall has gone down, where I know we spoke before the game, you said you could sort of see this being like a 3-1 to Fnatic. Are you sticking with that?
Okay, must have been round for Liquid.
Yeah, I think especially the first few maps, I'm a little bit worried because you've got Corrode.
Including, I like how we have to say this now, including pre-partnership.
But it's definitely not definitive. Abyss, I'd say,
I saw that Martin tweet about FNC's kills, just erased half of his time playing, and included a year where he had only played for 2 months, just for the sake of a stat. Criminal behavior.
A little more up in the air, like the aggression again though. Wayne put onto this stage, obviously normally he's been sticking to those smokes, but allows him to be that little bit more
the 20% stat, yeah, dude, that was outrageous.
And with Fnatic putting quite a bit into this round, obviously it is still a bonus.
They're trying to erase us, man. Trying to erase anything before VCT. Dude, what is going on, mate? Wayne is popping everyone.
Yeah, I mean, you started this map out talking about
what stat? It was something like Martin in 24 hours got 20% of FNC's kills, but then it was like a set date. Essentially, he'd already retired and erased 2 of his years playing.
Already clearly be an annoyance in terms of that wall early on. We've seen it towards A main, but we know that there's plenty more angles. This could come into play. A nice attempt with the flash thrown out, but the number's already too far behind.
Okay, very nice. In 48 hours? Okay, 48 hours.
Into round 4 and 1 on the board for Liquid.
Yeah, already just seeing that with this guy, I guess being a little bit
see the kills at middle here.
Like when you're playing the Sage, you can be more proactive. You can have those aggressive fights and then put slows down to make it awkward for people to swing you. And just giving him the backup to use some of that individual skill, which, hey, if the guy can get 3 kills while on 5 HP, imagine what he can do on full HP. A great
I'm going to be honest, minimum 8.
This is where
I need a minimum of 8 here.
They have an ultimate available, although so does Wayne. We'll see if
Unless they
can
got some
now
awesome
start
stuff
to
for
build
attack.
into
They
this
got double
attack side a
duelists, so
little more.
maybe it's just like a load of set fast strats with the brim double duelist. Okay.
Right off rip.
Yeah, I've talked myself into
3-4,
7.
Walking down mid, no presence on A that they fought for with that wall a couple of times now. And they're conditioning their opponents, but Vikash somehow ends up with 2. Purple doing his best to
God,
pull
they're
this
playing
back.
so aggro.
Stuck up close. And Team Liquid need to make something
Dude, did
of
he
this
get
aggression,
double
and they
dog
have,
stun?
sending Boaster into a clutch. The first already found, but the spike down in the open. A crossfire, but while the smokes come in, Boaster takes his timing. The Nets takes the round.
Hey, 2 in a row, force him down to an eco.
2-2, but it's a bit
Pretty
of a
close.
nail-biter.
Well, it seems to be very much within the Liquid wheelhouse. We saw this versus Heretics. I think we saw this versus Vitality as well. Their goal is not to necessarily beat you with their game plan. Their game plan is to stop your game plan. It's get in your face, it's get scrappy, it's fight you before you can get anywhere near what you wanted to achieve. And this round is all about that. They never stop pushing. They're fighting for the spawn towards the end of the round. And while Nats, sure, it came down to a clutch, but they now get a huge economy advantage. They get to come in
I
with
mean,
an
we've got
for this next
Outlaw.
round, and,
Outlaw that
well,
can one-shot
Fnatic,
everyone.
a few pistols and a
Bonuses,
Guardian.
well,
It's
to the
definitely a
bonus, the
low
low
buy.
buy.
Nice exec already. Kayak,
So okay.
though, not able to
Okay, I mean, they got
punish
no
that
exec
kill
power
up
now. They
close.
got to walk through the chokes.
Quick reaction to Camo, got him out of dodge in time. And numbers here should be able to avoid that util coming through. Camo actually, steps back from the stun, but he might not even
Turns
be
out
needed.
the no duelist pretty
Coming
hard.
through that smoke is clearly a death sentence, and the brakes pumped now for Fnatic. The Guardian they have in play.
Ivy, thanks so much for the tier 1, man. Appreciate the 33 months. Liquid's chances today. I mean, I personally think they lose both of these. So if they can steal one of them, they're fine. Like, if they can steal one of them, they're probably winning. But I imagine they lose it, and then it's...
I still see
gotta win
Alfea
3.
alive, and I still believe that maybe there's some hope. He's been having unbelievable rounds.
If the coaches
on this
steal
map.
around
Camo,
here,
you need
like
to be
steal a map
careful with
out of
peaks like that when he's got a
well,
Guardian
if they
in
steal
hand.
Corrode,
He's
they're
gonna get
insane,
tagged
they're
up by the
geniuses.
Tiger, but I don't know if there's really a world where they push this, and honestly, I don't mind that from Wayne.
Nah, I think
He's
this is
been
good
getting
res.
so many
Don't want to
kills
lose
that
the
the
round.
res
Any
will likely
incoms,
come
like,
back online in a few rounds anyway.
pretty low. Oh,
Instead, they're going to put the
guys,
pressure
okay.
on. Eventually, they'll seal the deal. It took a res, they baited an ult, but ultimately, it is still Liquid to extend
What's on
and get the
Fnatic?
lead.
Bringing back the
Coming in
Vice.
with the low buy,
Not a
rushing
fan
into that
personally, but
site where, they're denied their initial aggression. They had the stun put down to try to catch Camo, but he gets out.
I think they like it against double duelists, maybe?
I think Fnatic will have a smile on their face coming out of that round, but coming into this one, 4 ultis for them, rifles and credits put on the line. This should be where they put it on the board. They don't let Liquid run away with things for too long, as the lead was just claimed.
Yeah, I think also Liquid in this map can take those risks because they must almost expect
Man, they're
to
so
lose it. And you
aggro.
see
I
it
thought they were
again.
gonna chill
Just
more
an
on this one.
immediate fight forward, constant pressure
If they
being
got a
put
brim,
on.
so they're scared that they just get let out of time.
Hunter's Fury even going to be used, but Purpo's flying
Whoa,
ahead of it.
whoa,
Camo is
whoa!
as
This
well.
isn't great from
You're
Fnatic,
expected
though.
to flee, fall back, run
A nice
for the
kill
hills
from
when
Alpha in
Hunter's
return.
Fury comes through, but instead they fight forward again. The W key constantly being pressed, and Wayne just isn't stopping, going for more and more. Only one standing in Crashies. As 4 players remain on the other side, the first
that's what
comes
they wanted,
easy,
man.
maybe not. Doesn't even get that one.
It's another round of a lot of people surviving. The money's good.
4-2 for Team Liquid on the map that we had questions about how they'd perform if they could match up to Fnatic. Well, in the first
Ults on this one is a lot of
rounds, or
ults.
as the 6
It's a big buy
ends,
round.
A timeout coming from Fnatic. They want
Yeah,
the
it is.
pistol to follow up, and
In the-
nothing really since then.
In the
And Team
4v3, they
Liquid
pop
stopped
3
early
ults
aggression.
instantly.
Let's go! Let's go! He's dead right.
He
in
likes
their
it in your
That's
face
how they're
recently.
playing. Heads up Valorant.
Twice
and
now.
it's different positions every time as you try to slow them with the smoke, or even as they put smokes down, denying you map control. They're invading those smokes on Team Liquid's side on the defense.
Well, yeah, they're good,
flashing
man.
out
I mean,
at
they're
the
good
sky
coaches, man.
and making this such
They
a
keep
difficult
doing this
attack
over and
side
over
to
again
play
with
because,
new,
as you said in one of the rounds,
new
you
rosters.
just cannot play your game here. You are forced to adapt to what Team Liquid are doing, which already gives them a leg up.
Oh yeah, and take a look at like how this match has sort of gone. It has always been a sort of favorable side for Fnatic in those games. They have been the squad that have been able to sort of take those victories.
Are you
over
5
the
foot
line
5?
in
Yeah, I'm the
majority
same
of
height as Mini.
circumstances. And I do think that realistically,
It's worth to use
that's
the
where a
ult to
lot
put
of
him on
people
eco?
will be
Yeah, for
thinking
sure.
that this is going today, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from Liquid already. Bear in mind that when you go back to the defensive side they have versus Vitality, the map that they lost, it was this one, 13-8 and 13-5. They only managed 2 defensive rounds. Like, they really struggled on this defensive side. They've got double that already, and they've not played it as a defense.
What's my record against Fnatic?
I mean, that is the
4-3.
key. The best defense, a good offense, and Liquid putting that to practice on the server. 5 seconds left, the timeout from Fnatic.
I got out of there once they got alpha, man. It's not worth it.
And this won't be the round we see.
Sometimes you gotta quit on top.
They did well last time to get some ults out of them, but, well, no pressure on the shoulders of Team Liquid to start a 5v3. Also, no need to continue this aggression, but they are feeling it, and that could be their downfall. Pride does come before
that's
the fall,
2 devastating kills. It's 2v4 at its peak. And it's
the
starting to look like Fnatic are working out that this is going super aggro, so they're playing a little further back. Or at least they're reacting a little better once they go aggro. It's an important one. I will say, if Nats actually gets, not that Brim's hard, but if Nats feels comfy on Brim, it does give him a lot more options. I do worry about his map pool a little bit. If they're not going to play like Perma,
try and get him to lock in
Viper.
on a different position. In the meantime, Nats is right back around this angle once again. Still means there's a chance for Boaster to isolate the fights, though.
That's the main concern. They are just waiting for that plan to come through. Whether it will be orbital strike, I mean, it will be a big commitment to throw in. But the Molly, on the other hand, that's going to block them all from the rotate. Wrap around from Nats, contain that smoke, and through to take Boaster down.
That'll do it. Very nice.
Strategy. I don't know if he planned for that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna stop going aggro. This one was maybe a little too close.
I can almost understand it. They just called a pause.
Saw the gun, yeah, he saw the gun.
But when you're up against that low buy, continuing the aggression, it's usually a bridge too far. That's crazy.
So
I
nice,
genuinely think if we ever introduce agent bans and you're playing up against Miniboot, you ban Neil. You just do it every time.
Yeah.
Like, he's been doing things
Don't talk
all
about
the way
agent
through
bans. They're gonna get an idea.
stage that I saw
Yeah,
a
so
little
gun.
bit. That was what it was.
Hey, where do you push?
I feel like he was going to say something much meaner than that. He's like, no, remember who you are. You're
Where
the
you
nice
push?
guy.
Tony map one. Tony map one. Save that for the third. Oh, 5-2. 5-round streak from
Yeah,
Team
now
Liquid
they've done enough aggro. They
This
know
is a
that
map you
Fnatic are
almost
going to
give
wait
to
back.
Fnatic, and
Probably run out of
Well,
time.
Liquid are giving
Oh,
them
okay, what?
nothing.
Watching Camo walk down
Almost
middle.
gone through the wall there. Alpha's wondering if he was seen. And there's still aggression coming through. This time it will be punished. The slow
he dodged
goes
it
in,
as
the
well.
orbital strike, but there's a gap.
Well.
And these players are safe, able to just about get out. A nice idea by Liquid. This time it doesn't land.
Yeah, I think Alpha's probably one of
the
like
Gurt Lord,
5
thank you so much.
players that
It didn't
would've
come
been
up,
quick
man, but
enough
I
to
see
hit
that you did it,
reaction
so I
shot on the
appreciate
guy
you.
flying through the air. Thankfully, Fnatic do have Alpha here. Gives them the advantage, wall placed. Almost as a bit of a bait.
Purple, mate, you got to kill 2 here somehow.
And he was looking to get rid of it. The
Oh,
aggression on the
that's-
other side is punished, though. The push and pull of Fnatic starting to come into effect, and you look how open
What did we say, 7?
that B site currently is. However,
An unconfident
that's getting
7?
in early enough. He's going to be able to smoke it and slow them down.
This is so good from Alpha. The second his wall got tripped, he walks back. He feels that space should now be that bit more open. And he could be right. If noise
This
was
is kind of
made
what
free,
Liquid are
the
thinking,
knife
right?
goes
Going
through.
aggro
Here's
would
the ult
then
as well.
make
That's
them
such a
chill
good fake. I saw
and go
it in
slow.
the cam as Alpha called for this play, but does he expect
Wayne
there to
on
be
this.
another player?
I mean,
They might
Wayne
think
could
Miniboot,
delay
the one who
quite
was
a
on A
lot.
earlier, is the last man standing on
They're
this
not
side
going
of
to
the
think
map.
he's here, so he gets a
Turn, and that's why
freebie. He's got a
tries to
wall,
strike with
and
a
he's got
kill
a slow.
on the other side of the
Well,
map.
mate,
This
wall it,
is
wall it,
far
wall it.
from over.
Oh, this is dope.
Along with the slow, it's gonna cost them
Is 2
so
shooting?
much time.
That's a shame.
Fnatic make it in. The slow buys them space, but they need to stand their ground on this swing, and just about in the nick of
it's
time, the
unlucky.
plan comes in. A recovery, and what could have been a disaster for Fnatic, and only Nat stands in the way of their victory now.
It doesn't have any utility to play with, whereas, well, you can see the stars.
Greedy? I
falling
mean, he
from
could
the
isolate a
sky,
1v1, it wasn't
starting
too
to
bad.
align
Just
for
had to win it.
Fnatic as Nats is basically hoping for a mistake, and he's going to get flanked on instead.
He had to,
with the
he had to kind of commit heavier on site, to be honest.
Gain their third round, a break in the streak of Liquid. And one that still had moments
Alex the
where
Goose.
I feared, especially with Wayne on that angle. I
Dude,
worried he
Alex,
was
they're
gonna
getting
just
worse and
take
worse,
this
man.
whole thing down.
These to kind of make sense.
Again, really good work by Alpha to start out taking that pick, and then the read towards that A site. The space taken, even though he got punished for it, they made good use of that.
Let's go, my bro.
And the call to go back to the A site, what wins them that round? The first since the follow-up to the pistol. It's been a big streak from Liquid. because of that, Fnatic won't be facing an eco anytime soon. Op still in play. It's for Miniboo on mid. Fnatic might be giving him an opportunity. The smoke's not going to stay around forever.
It is worth mentioning as well, though, that while this might seem a little bit worrying for Fnatic, their defensive side of this map.
Didn't get an answer? It's one of those, man. You need some time to
8 rounds versus
process the question so you can get a good answer.
Liquid last time and 10 versus Foot. And with Miniboo now down, even going to just put utility straight in on towards Wayne.
Yeah, I mean he's going to be able to delay this though.
Into a corner. You can't
no
get
more slows for Wayne.
I can't get you either.
It's a great smoke though. Dude, I need him to commit a little more over towards site.
Oh
my god.
He's made it just about around that corner. Half his HP gone, little heal, but unfortunately, that's going back to fight for the space to deny that plan, to at least make it costly on the health bars.
Yeah, I think with these 2 rounds, Liquid will time out. Again, it's like a comp where they should, well, they're trying to get a lot of momentum, they're trying to get like a heavy defense off.
Get the opener, claim all of the space. Like, even though Wayne is still safe in the corner,
A needs some help.
He can't do anything while they encroach on the rest of the site.
A needs some help where it's like we gotta fight this choke a little better. The Sage is great at this.
If they want to flee, which they do because they don't
Alpha
have a weapon,
here, yeah, he did so nice.
They're going to be caught by your thorns.
Anonymous Gifter.
And then have an operator waiting for anybody going back.
Anonymous Gifter, thank you so much, man.
Wonderful stuff from Fnatic. Good adaptation from what we saw in some of the earlier rounds. And as I said, if they end this off 6-6, I'm still confident that this is their map.
There's certainly no reason to doubt it, but in the back of my mind, you think about what Liquid have shown us so far. They've had some good ideas when it comes to early set plays. And just with the initial, the Sage walls and so on, we saw that dive through from Camo to attempt to hinder some players and get them hit by the orbital
Nico,
strike.
thanks so much for the tier 1.
There's plenty more up there
for the 10 months, man.
And if they can just keep eking out a couple of defensive rounds from this point forward, they'll be pretty happy. 5 already on the board.
You guys are talking about me getting more sleep, man. Some of you guys with these questions need some more sleep.
And with their credits dwindling, this round may dictate the answer to that.
Yeah, it's very cool that they have this many set plays on a comp that they literally didn't play the last time they played this map, which was yesterday. So it's clear that Liquid have been working on multiple different comps. Either that or they stayed up all night, which would be a terrible idea, and I don't think they did that.
I hope not.
Would be dedication. I'll give them that, but no, I think this is clearly something they've had in their back pocket. Maybe a slightly riskier comp if the last one didn't work out, which it didn't. But again, Fnatic doing what Fnatic does best. These slow rounds, figuring out the map, looking for openers, giving Kayak opportunities
info over towards, I mean, info over towards B was actually pretty nice there. They double dash and they see that no one's actually following up the drone, so
again, delay. And that's what this
should be an easy call for Buster here, right?
Let him use those slows. If
maybe Crashes doesn't relay the information too well. I don't know. I feel like this is an easy call for Buster. Should know there's a 3-person stack here.
It makes it very easy for me.
Yeah, and the wall at 1 minute, I mean, this is just going to give you so much information. They've broken it, so there were players outside. Team Liquid happy to sit down on that control, push up towards B main as well, take that deep information, and from there, Fnatic almost forced to run in the stack. Now, they've only seen one with that suppress.
What's they got?
And no one's
Saturate
in the
on site as well.
To think that it could just be that
18 seconds.
Defender.
Guys, you're playing against the Sage.
The Sage should be
oh, my Sage just died of slow.
See one guy left on site, let's go in, but there's actually a backup. There's a second player here, flash pop. Purple still
Jesus, what is that tech?
Dominates the duels, and the
my God, how's he alive?
Is for Team Liquid as a result. That third man
dude, Purple, the flash and then jump over it. The KO tech on a Sky. I'm not even sure I've seen that.
It's just, there was milliseconds in that. Literal milliseconds, him trying to jump out of the way to flash his opponents and then landing both shots.
Do you think it's going to win map 1 here? I still think it's going to be Fnatic, but dude, I love what Liquid are trying.
8 as he goes for the kills. If he dies there, they still get the point, they still win the round. Like, that is how much of a margin.
Dude, I can't believe he stays alive here. Dodges the server.
Wait. And as you can see, well, he had no choice but to look at your molly, mate. It almost killed him.
Yeah, and then he killed his teammate.
Even if he just cost him an extra 1 second, molly lands, still can't get the plant. It's a really nice play from Team Liquid, and I think they responded to that info perfectly. Again, that late wall from Wayne, buying so much information, and you have to really commend Liquid for what they've brought to bear here today. As you said, that quick turnaround.
It's a strong double bait.
This looks like something that's been rehearsed for a long time.
Strong double bait.
Except for that fight. But the second man there again, it's kind of a bait.
It is literally
they lose
bait.
vision on it, so
I assume
the
there
dog
should have
from
been some
far
sort of
back.
retreat plan, but that plan wasn't taken. And then you've left Minibu. The problem is he now
That's unlucky to get nothing
feels
for
like
it.
he needs to get a kill. Otherwise, it's just untraded and you've fallen back. And, well, even if there was a trap in play, if Fnatic avoid it now, they really don't care.
Well, this time they wait outside that wall.
Yeah, he sees the thorns
again,
early.
last time he broke it, they
Wait,
rotated
man, I
in
need
pretty quick.
some
They
slows
waited.
from you.
So now, they let the clock run a little bit, then burst on in. But the quick rotation and mini boost still sees that third player here. And now a danger in this corner. The judge. Oh, it's going to be terrifying. The jump shot. Oh, it strips Makash of more than half his health. But they're still standing with 3. Purpo looks to change things as they break through this smoke with the flash.
Dude, wait for the flash. Hey, how did these two not get flashed? Didn't go far enough. Oh, Nats has missed his molly. Oh, man. I think, dude, the coach is going to be so gutted with how this is turning out. They actually put a pretty nice idea in, but, like, they're not using their util that well.
I almost feel like Purpo should be
Just
playing
a bit of
Phoenix.
uncomfort.
Like, the way that he's playing this is like, I'm going to flash for myself around a corner and then jump in. Like, it is just Phoenix gameplay, but a Sky in disguise.
He's watched far too much Jack Igo VODs. I mean, I don't know if he's singing Maroon 5 down there, but I wouldn't be surprised.
It didn't work out this time. Vekash definitely ready.
Flash over the top of the box. Yeah, you do what wait, you honestly do what Vekash does on defense all the time, where he right clicks it over the top.
This was looking pretty damning at 5-2, but as said, Fnatic comfortable on that defense. This is so aggressive from the defensive side, and Gabe's walking out. Gabe's running through. It's
There's no way Nuts wins that as well. Dude, 7? Oh man, I'm believing, bro. 7's good. 7's good. They got to have good set strats. Good set strats on this. Problem is, it's going to be going fast set strats into a Vice, but they can split. We're believing? Yeah, we're definitely believing. They did a really good job on this. This is a bit of coach impact right here, for sure. Surprised they changed their comp in such a small amount of time, but it's such a good thing.
Now, step into your zone.
This is actually something like that I wanted like 100 Thieves to do against NRG yesterday. It was huge here? Yeah, Pistol was huge. What do I think of Vekash so far? He's been really good, man. Getting better and better every time we watch him. Why teams leaning away from Viper on Corrode? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. I guess it's just because double duelist maybe takes priority. Don't have a good answer for that. Actually, I'm not too sure. Maybe it doesn't get enough value on attack. You're alright though, people have been moving away from it.
Surprise performance from Team Liquid in the first half of Corrode, leading 7-5. And Tom, a whole lot of ideas brought to that defensive side around attack.
Paper X is here. Hello, hello.
Curious to see
Congrats,
if they're
boys.
sit
Congrats.
on the attack, or
I was going to say
that same energy.
I do think Fnatic will expect those aggressive plays a little bit more.
I watch your games, you watch our games.
We'll probably have better setups for it as well on their defensive side.
Possibly.
So I think this is where it definitely gets a bit.
The wall's not been as valuable as it has on other maps at the moment. I think, oh, you talk about the Viper still. Yeah.
So
especially on attack.
That was a good first half.
There's been a couple of games where teams have melted against the wall, but
this comp has been far more impressive, more exciting than anything else we've seen from them on this map. So if there was ever a time to believe that they could steal Corrode away, the one that's I feel like meant to be the surefire win for Fnatic, this might be the comp to do it.
Well, 2 rounds between them. The pistol could put Fnatic on equal footing or send Liquid flying into the lead early on in this best of 5. And on the map, I think most people expected Fnatic to have a fairly easy time, but it's been anything but.
Burster retires and you could get any active IGL. Who would you try and get? I mean, there's one on the server that you would try and get in terms of Nats. But I think you would throw Burster the bag and tell him not to retire.
From the perspective of Fnatic, but as we can see, there's something else cooking here from Liquid. And although Boaster's getting suspicious, He will be the only one on that side of the map when 5 players come bursting through the gates. I don't expect him
Fury
to
on
do
double
much other than
smokes.
grab the info.
We had won 48
if
games
you
in
get
a row,
one, it would
man,
be
so
nice, but
I
yeah,
decided
he's
it's time
sitting all the way
to
back,
play the game on hard
hoping
mode.
to try and maybe just hold on to some of the space. That'll be a bigger issue. If they lose full control of everything, it's going to be tough. Vekaj has already just gone through and managed to get himself one for free. That's Nats out. He's the exact guy you'd want in a post plan. And in the meantime, Liquid have got aggressive. They've taken full control of the spawn and even swinging back in. Boaster not quite prepared for Miniboo to be that aggressive in the last 2, only just getting into position.
Nice shots from Crashies.
The big shot from Kama.
Still 2 more to go. Miniboo up
Dude,
top.
really nice. 1-1 on the pistols.
Closes this round. Liquid.
Mate, I mean, this is...
8-5 with a pistol already under the belt of Fnatic. Again, you know, if this was the second pistol for Liquid, you'd go, that kind of explains the scoreline. But they've looked better when it comes to rifle rounds. This is very worrying.
There were moments. But again, I do feel like it's almost going to get to a point where
What is this,
you're
Liquid
the coaching
comp?
staff, you're
1 and
you're
done, I
Yatsen,
think.
You're watching Miniboo play Neon.
Just trying to work out if it can get its 1.
You just got to put him on every single map. Like, he just runs around and fries people while they're trying to just set up things. Like, he's the most disruptive player I think I've ever seen play this game.
Nice.
Well, let's just say...
Might be good for more. I mean, it might be. The only reason that the solo smokes might work is because of the Sage.
So unless they do a fake and run all the way back, which they're not doing, I think this is just going to be 5 players trying to die to the spike.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance.
Yeah, I mean, this could be very nice from Liquid. What I was going to say, what are they going to try and prioritize here?
This is the chance to build up major economy. They've already got the 1 pistol in the form of the Bandit in play. So for Fnatic
Looks like a
to
Sage res. Might be pretty good. Sage res is kind of nice on attack. You can just do this Sage wall over towards middle. See over the top of the smoke and then just res if it's 1-for-1.
He will go, indeed. Straight out of the round. And Bonchon's getting anything out of this one.
Just completely ignore the dash.
He completely ignores Kayak diving over the top because he knows that. Okay.
Some damage gained.
This really shouldn't be very costly, lads. This should have been a nice, clean one. This should have been very easy. You've just lost yourself 3 players.
Yeah, the 2 best rifles push spawn,
Yeah,
right?
that was a couple of SMGs gone. Okay, it's not the end of the world, but 1 rifle goes with it. And yeah, that is as good as that ever could have gone when you gamble on the wrong side of the map.
This is a good example of an anti-eco. Not really. They're 5-person. If they walk into a 5-person stack, you're not saying
he was
that.
tucked in the spawn. Look at this.
It's got an element of luck.
There should have been no damage from this point forward. Kaya gets a lot done, but then...
The thing about Crashy
Kayak not been as impactful as last year. I give him some time, man.
Yesterday,
he had a slow start last year as well.
I was watching him stream as well. It was really weird.
Yeah, right? I don't know how he did that.
Crashy's insta getting older.
Quantum computing, I believe. I'll have to have a chat with him after. Figure that one out. Pick his brain. 9-5. Round 15 sees Liquid pick up the pace straight in towards this A site, but they're falling flat as they go running through that choke point. There's only 3 left. 2 losses. Damage done to Wayne.
I mean, I think
they
got a split with this comp. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's the heal at least. He's also got some coming in from Sky, so back to reasonably decent health, but man advantage doubled up on. 2 scene.
Taking their time. Ooh, almost. They do have to be a little bit careful, but Nats has now gone on the other side. Wayne, he's a little bit healthier. Also has res. I don't think he's getting out of here alive. Well, Crashies make sure.
Don't consider a res.
3 players standing.
He did a little bit of damage at the end.
For Fnatic. Well, yeah, I think we've just witnessed maybe a small piece of what Liquid are going to be attempting. That was so quick on their way into the site, but
I mean, they've got to be
Fnatic
quick.
do very well to deal with it.
Brim double duelist.
Fights. I think there's no reason for Liquid to come into that underestimating their ability in those duels. This time it didn't land. Miniboo lights him up and just misses probably 6-7 shots in a row. That's what happens. But he did a lot of damage, and I think the potential is there when it comes to the buy rounds that Liquid are about to pull out. A res there as well, so even if they stumble early, they can pull players back in. They have to contend with Crashies on this big old gun. You know, if you can't beat him, join him. He's doing a good job at least to start. See if he can have that same impact over mid that Brock did. Way back in chat.
Can they get out? Oh, you got a lot of heals on this team. You're kind of right with this.
Madness. And with Purpo and the Sage, Purpo can get healed back up, and then He can heal us to the other player.
Yeah, let's talk about money a little bit.
I don't
1,
think that's
2.
something that they've thought about too
And
much
then 5
when playing
here.
it, but that's got to be infuriating for both.
They want to keep the momentum going. This is the round for Liquid.
Just run through
They
the
can
smoke
kind of
and
just
find a
chill.
big
I need Wayne
Pants
to
now gonna
bait
try and
though.
beat them at their own game,
Nice,
but Purple
dudes.
just waiting on the other side.
Yeah, they can just keep waiting.
Still
The person that
players
pushes
wait
has
on
to
that
kill
A
like
site,
3 and you
Alfio's
have to
just
hope
been
it's a
sitting on B
Sage.
waiting for someone to eventually peek him. I don't think they're going to. Surprised he's not yawning.
There could be a chance to pull this back. 100 Fury's still there, but Crashies has to secure his back, and it's this pick. Oh, no!
dear.
That could decide
Jesus.
everything. Well, decision made.
There's not enough pressure for
Crash
Crashies,
did
that's the thing.
dodge that flash,
He needs to
though.
be
They won't expect him to be this
needs to
far
be on
forward,
match
but
point, or he
Chandler
needs to be
converts
like
to 1 kill,
5
and
maps
Alfier
in.
probably just wants to save this weapon for the next. Good thing he's got his wall behind him.
Dude, what a big
Relatively
round this
safe,
is.
but
What a
double
big round
digits
this
for
is.
Team Liquid.
I like this from
Fnatic
Liquid, by the way.
trailing
Just
on 6, and
dueling a lot.
dominant round like this, how they get there.
Like, why not?
This is a terrifying thought experiment, really, when you expand that to bind, where Liquid will, I think, without a doubt, be more comfortable than this, but I can't even visualize what that would look like. They look so at home here on Corrode.
I don't know. I think if you watch the last 2 maps of Bind they play, you can imagine it.
Actually,
When
that
we
is
watch
a very
Miniboo fight
fair-
people
yeah.
in the spawn.
Last map was insane. I almost lost that round. Wait, did they lose
They
that
did
round where
lose
he
that
fought in the
round,
spawn?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, seeing that pace, but
This
I
one,
like
I mean,
the
that
layers to
timeout.
it. Like Liquid going
Alpha's gonna start getting annoyed that he's
having
not
that second layer of just
that
a
he's
risk
not getting
taken
any
by
action,
Purple, but
man.
then
I think
as
he'll.
Fnatic tried to
I
react,
think they'll
they're still
time
just
out and you'll
holding
see
that
him
space.
start
They're
over
not
towards
allowing
A,
them any control.
or they time
Also, I
out just to
wonder
try and
if
make
a part of this
Liquid
is avoiding Alfia.
start considering
Like,
that
he's had
they
his
the Vice
setup
might be at
both
A,
times on that
and then he
B
stays B.
I mentioned it the last couple of times that, well, go back to the main
I think no matter what, a timeout's
16-14,
good.
he was 31 and 21. He basically was the reason they won. I think he was the only
What's the issue
positive
right now?
player on Fnatic.
From
Well, if
from
he's gonna
Fnatic
ban the
here,
B
I mean they
side,
just fight individual.
I'd rather go and fight the 4 and 8.
They fight individual against the Sage Rush.
If that is something that Liquid have genuinely thought about, I don't hate it.
I can see Crashies
No
not happy
timeout.
with that
No
Odin
timeout
spray
forced by.
in the
I'm not happy
connector,
with
but-
it.
Yeah, well, I don't
Yeah,
blame
this
you
is what we
or
thought
him.
we would see.
Oh, a chance
Selfish.
there for
I would
Wayne.
prefer him. I would prefer him
It's
to
for
not
Liquid
do
to
it
push towards
himself,
the side.
so that he
It's
can
the
res
same
someone,
with
but
pace. The hinders even landed. Boaster
creates pressure like
does have
they're
some support, though.
fighting over towards
Not under
middle
too
and they
much
can
pressure
bust
just
over
yet to
towards
put the guys
side.
down. It has to be Boaster
trade.
to pull them back into
Ah,
this as
mini
he
boom, mate, you
falls.
did so
The
good, bro.
A should be for Team Liquid, but Crashies, he reveals his hand. He's shown them that he's here, and the dog spotting him has ended the round. A res just to double down. Liquid knowing how
Dude, this is
important
pretty
it
nuts,
is
by the
to
way.
crush Fnatic's economy and to find themselves that 11th, the
Look
home
at it, jump
stretch.
shot, pop flash.
He's made it out at least.
Very, very nice. Dude, they got an
Double
eco.
swing coming at him.
And no
11
time
to
and no
6 for
timeout
Liquid.
came in as
Home
well, so it's
stretch,
like
well and truly mounted.
now they have to
When
time
did
out,
they
they're on
move
an
Alfia
eco
to A?
anyway.
When did they put him there? Because it is genuinely just bombard
Timeout,
that
time.
elbow side. Just
Yeah, dude, I feel sorry for
constantly
Alpha.
hit it with pace.
They're never hitting him.
And also
Just
it's
avoiding him
sort
right
of
now.
like if it ain't broke, don't fix
And
it.
he's got the
Like,
best
it's
agent for what
working
they're doing.
Liquid. Keep
100%.
running it down until they stop us. Keep doing it again and again and again. And then these
Team
flashes,
Liquid with prep
I
time?
swear he's playing Phoenix.
It's like,
he's
what
just
prep
got
time?
flashing every time to go for these aggro
They had less
picks.
than
The difficult part about this
less
is
than
that
24
you can't
hours.
just all in on that A play now. You've just called a timeout. The problem has been A.
Maybe it's actually around
certainly
24
hasn't
hours.
been B outside of the pistol. So then you come to this conclusion if you're Team Liquid of, hey, they're taking a moment. What do you think?
you're
their
gonna see
solution's
Alpha
gonna
move
be?
over
It
towards
might not
A,
necessarily be to put
and then
Alpha
now
there,
does
but
Liquid
you
just
have to
spam B?
imagine it's either some defensive or aggressive
But-
stance on that side of the map.
But then it becomes the mind games.
What if they
Because
do nothing?
if you're no, but it's not even that. If you're
like what you're
Fnatic,
saying, man.
going,
If they
"Well, we're taking a
steal
pause
this
to
map, the
deal with
coaches
them
just
on A,
deserve so
now
much
they'll go
praise.
B." And so then you
Alpha
maybe you change
do nothing
nothing.
different?
It just
Slipshot with a tier 1,
pure
appreciate the 37
mind
months.
game. I want to see Liquid go A again. I think that's the because realistically, if it goes wrong, you go,
Yep.
they counted
Maybe
us.
try
Now
B
we
now.
try one of our other strats. If they don't stack it up and you still win, it's hilarious. But well, we now get to see where
Okay,
the
where are we
mind
going?
games have landed.
We're chilling out a bit.
Now, at least, seems like they've
I
not
think this is
changed
good
much at
though.
all.
Like they know they're up
have
against the
Alfia,
eco. I
run
don't
that
want to
beat
see him
them.
group like they did last time.
And this is the one fact that we
They can
didn't
also just
consider
like
still,
feel out
is
by
that
the
this is an
vices
eco
also to
round.
know where to hit.
So it actually doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
I think it might be our wins today. Nah,
You
I
gotta
think
still
they
have
lose
ideas when
today.
you come into them, but the fact that Liquid likely to hit
Yesterday
that
looked pretty
12,
rough, man.
whatever was discussed,
At least they're going to be more used to the style that NRG like to play.
And then not
Yeah, this is
actually
better, Wayne.
sent anyone there.
This
It's
is better.
just-
Get some other
well, I
people up
think
here so you
again,
can
they're
res them.
playing passive early. to see, as you said, what their opponents are doing. Are they going aggro? Are they taking space? Are they trying to trap us somewhere? But the fact is, Fnatic actually aren't doing too much different.
The Skydog? Nah.
What I would almost like to see Liquid do here is break that wall. Is get some of that information out of Alpha's hands if you want to drag the rotate. And you can see they're clearly expecting some sort of a reaction early around mid, containing that space with Wayne's wall, but then around the A side, nobody in main this time. A completely different round from Liquid.
Because they know that the weak site is where Vice is.
Coming through connector and set, assuming that the
dude, Alpha's not going to see anyone in this half other than retaking.
Instead, Fnatic have played back. That still didn't stop Kayak from going down to the spam, but here's the bookie. A chance, an opportunity, perhaps.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh my god, he's owned him.
Just stole past Vikash, took Poster from behind, and now this round is done.
Well, Alpha, you're here again, mate. Dude, this was cool, Chad. This was cool. We go over towards middle. Seekers goes out. One goes over towards B, two goes over towards A. They follow the two because they know the weak site's going to have the Vice, and it's like the one agent that wrecks them.
Hell, some Fnatic fans might not have
Nothing else can stop Miniboo from just sliding on him.
We're going to win the first with ease. Well, the shoe's on the other foot here.
Yeah, and a lot
Dude, look
of
how excited he
go
is.
into those first vetoes and go for your strengths.
They're so close to stealing the map that they... I don't know, I would have given them 90%. Unless, well, obviously we saw the agent change, so you give them more. But if they hadn't changed up their agents, you would have given them like 10% on this map. They have like a 17% win rate on this map. They've only ever won it once. First time they played it, I think.
The Liquid play versus one of the strongest that Fnatic play, and it is looking like the opposite right now. Liquid in form, and their opponents.
God, they dodged him again, bro. He's moved over towards A, and they're hitting B. Yeah, I might just have to accept this one and see how many ults they can get out of them. Yeah, they're finally going to go B, and Alpha's just sitting on A.
Now they've committed so much already, and Liquid have won when they forced the issue. My God! Purpo used himself as a Sky Flash, got Camo the kill, one away now from Convergence Path, by the way. The spike is holding deep into spawn, which I'm not a fan of that. Purple, go back the other way. You're 45 HP, you madman. But if you give Camo the plant here, hell, or if he goes and gets a pick, I suppose.
Damn, dude. Oh my god, they're in such an insane spot. If Camo gets a kill, he gets his ult.
Got the advantage.
Well, they've avoided.
And the heal on Camo.
The one time.
Holy, bro.
They avoided Althea again, and now the Nats
no way, they did this, man. They did this and they actually stomped them as well. This is such a coach diff, I can't even explain it.
They've had their alpha radar available the entire time. Does he have anything to keep them in their map choice, to stop them going 0-1? In this series, there's a second.
Dude, Alpha's so pissed. He's so pissed that they never go over towards his site. Man, they avoided Alpha every single round. Dude, masterclass. It's a masterclass.
Well, this has completely turned the tide.